I should turn it up, honestly. All right. Hey, guys. Are we live?
I think we're live.
I think we're live.
Someone let us know if we're live.
Yeah.
Click on the comments.
Click on the comments.
Are we live?
Here.
Anyone?
What is up, guys? We're here. We're live streaming for our first official live stream, but kind of actually our second live stream.
Our first official, second accidental.
Yeah. Yeah. That checks out. So, yeah, here we are. How you doing, Erin?
Oh,
what
we're
you
live.
drinking?
Aiden says we're live.
We are. Aiden, what's up, man? Booze and Stuffs. We thought we did play with that title. Awesome. Good to see you guys. Aiden, what's up? Cheech, Daniel, Whiskey Wimps, what's up? Austin Beckett, 00 Accord 4-cylinder from the car days. Good to see you guys in here. Living Bad. What's going on, guys? Welcome. Welcome to the live.
We're live.
Dennis says looks and sounds great. That's awesome. We've got the same equipment we've been using, but we did alter the microphone setup a little bit. So hopefully the audio is sounding pretty good. I probably ought to do with turning the air up and off a little bit so that we're not
I'm gonna get hot.
So that we're not running that. I mean, if it looks and sounds good, we'll just leave it alone.
Okay.
And we'll stay comfy.
Okay.
So, by the way, better to get a wrench sooner than later. Cheech is your man. I don't even know how to do that. I know it's a thing, but how do you do it? I can click Cheech's 3 dots and put him in timeout. That's funny.
Don't do that.
No, I'm not gonna put you in timeout, Cheech. We'll figure out how to do the wrench thing here in a little bit.
Cheech says the audio's good. That's good.
Greg Johnson, cheers. Black Bourbon family, cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to the live
Everyone's
stream.
Here.
All right. So, how are you doing? What are you drinking?
I'm good. And what am I drinking? What am I drinking?
This is the perpetual thing. It's like, I'm good, but I don't know what I'm drinking because you poured it for me. We have a sample from the Nashville Bourbon Social Club, and we're using our Nashville Bourbon Social Club engraved Kinseys here. It is a Woodford Rye, the Apple Cinnamon Toast Crunch store pick. So I've never had Woodford Rye before.
It's good.
And I am really looking forward to this live stream tonight because I'm not a rye guy.
You're not a rye guy?
I'm not a rye guy.
I'm a rye guy.
You're a rye guy. And I'm very interested because, we have some go-tos we're going to go over here, but I'm really interested to get into some of the samples that we have a little bit later and see if any of those can really convince me differently as to whether or not I should like ryes.
Yeah.
So there's a few I like, but let's try this Woodford Rye, the Apple Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I've been trying it.
Oh, you have?
He's waited. I didn't wait.
I've been running tech support over here, so.
It's good. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, pretty easy sipping.
Yeah.
Nothing offensive in there. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I wonder, I should have looked up the price point on this stuff before we started. I'd be curious to see what it is. If it's
pretty fly for a rye guy, Greg Johnson says.
So yeah, Greg Johnson says pretty fly for a rye guy. What's our Wi-Fi network name?
Our Wi-Fi network name is pretty fly for a Wi-Fi. So I'm tracking with you, Greg.
From this one right here.
I'm tracking with you.
Daniel, happy Monday. JG says out to dinner. We'll have to watch on replay. Whiskey cheers to my new favorite channel. Oh,
favorite
thanks,
new
man.
channel.
Favorite new channel.
Aw, thanks, Jay.
That's too kind, man. Thank you so much. Cheech says I'd need to be signed into our account and would have to have the option under the 3 dots to make a moderator.
All right. We'll have to look into that.
We will figure that out.
We will.
We will figure that out. Aiden says Woodford Rye's very standard middle of the road rye. Want to shout out Greg Johnson here, pretty fly for a rye guy. So we have our 5th sample tonight in this beautiful Nashville Bourbon Social Club sample jar is Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye, which I'm super excited about. This and the Wild Turkey Cornerstone and the Kentucky Owl Batch 2 ryes, I'm actually very, very excited to get into tonight.
Yeah. All right.
But Greg Johnson also deserves a shout out. He was one of our very first patrons, our actual patrons, local guy, Nashville Bourbon Social Club member. Cannot thank him enough for his generosity and support and believing in the channel. And we also have to give a shout out to Brian Cusco, I'm assuming is his last name. I'm assuming that's how you say it.
Yeah.
Our other patron.
Yeah.
Like, we are a very young channel. I mean, we're 2 months into it, and we have over 700 subscribers, and we have two patrons. Like, we're filming what we do on a weekend night.
Thank you guys for liking us.
Yeah,
we feel validated.
The support is unreal, and I see it on other channels. Like, it's a thing for people to support other people in the whiskey community, and that's awesome.
I like the whiskey community, not having been in it prior to being on, like, starting this channel.
Locally.
Yeah,
but not the online whiskey community.
I like all of it. Everyone seems very supportive.
Yeah.
Like, everyone seems nice.
Yeah.
I like nice people. So I like being in a community that people seem nice.
Well, you are one.
Well, thanks.
You are one. Cusco. Isn't that
Cusco or Cusco?
Cusco. Yeah. Cusco.
Josh can read.
Brian Cusco. There you go. And if you guys aren't, hang on, guys. Let me pull this up here. Whiskey Wimps. Check their channel out. Awesome. There's bourbon. There's rye. There's great microphones. They're outdoors in beautiful California light, I believe it is. There's roosters involved sometimes.
Roosters.
Lots of laughing. It's great. Like, it's so cool. So I would definitely highly recommend checking them out. Very honored to be in the new channel category with the Whiskey Wimps.
Wait, hold on.
All right. I should let Erin run the chat because she's way better. She's way better at a mouse than I am.
A question before we get into it.
Okay.
Daniel McCourt wants to, can you share more about the Nashville Bourbon Social Club?
Yeah. So, Daniel, are you local to Nashville? Let us know if you are, man. If so, Erin is not on Facebook. I'm on Facebook pretty much only for the Nashville Bourbon Social Club.
Wait.
But it's a great group.
Whiskey Wimps.
Yeah, that's Brian Cusco.
That's Brian.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I was talking about the channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Yeah. Okay. Woodford Ryes, $25 around there, $25.
Did you answer Daniel's question?
Oh, Nashville Bourbon Social Club. So yeah, Nashville Bourbon Social Club, great group, run by the Jodways, Jason Jodway, and then his son Nick, Jason's wife Melissa. They run a great operation. They do a bunch of store picks. It's all based on Facebook. And then everything that they make from every bottle that they do, any of the products and the merch that they sell, it all goes towards charity to friendslife.org. So it's awesome. There was just a Four Roses pick that raised, just that one pick alone raised $9,000
awesome.
For Friends Life.
I remember you telling me that.
And they're regularly donating thousands of dollars. So it's super, super cool. Love the Nashville Bourbon Social Club.
Nice there, yeah.
And you just sign up on you go in, you watch when a release is happening, you sign up, and then
it's through Facebook, right?
Yeah. And if you get
it's a Facebook group.
Yep. And if you get the email that says that, you were one of the lucky ones on that barrel pick, then you've got a guaranteed bottle of whatever it is that they pick. So there was a Four Roses barrel strength that just happened. Prior to that, I think there was a Wilderness Trail Weeded. I know there's a Weller Antique coming up. There's what's the next one coming up that I was so excited about. Anyways, I think they're doing like 26 or 27 single barrel releases this year. So they are busy. They are very, very busy.
Let's get into our topic.
All right. Let's get Whiskey Wimp says, can you sign up from California? Oh man. I wish.
I love California.
I'll message you.
I love California.
I'll message you.
I want to live in California.
Yeah. You did live in California for a while.
For a hot minute. I loved it.
All right. So Black Bourbon Family is in the house. Let me scroll up and find them so we can pop them up on the screen here. I might have to start wearing my glasses for these live streams, guys. All right. So Black Bourbon Family says, hey, everyone. So
hey.
Black Bourbon Family, great channel, Jason and Brandy. Part of this live stream that we're doing, and we're going to lead it off on this, is that the Black Bourbon Family nominated us to do the only 5 ryes you need. This is not a new concept from the Reddit list. That was the only 5 bourbons you need. And so we're going to roll into that. We're going to talk about this. You'll see a little bit of our palate differences on display here. So that'll be interesting. And let me see if we can do the banners that I pulled up. So this was originally a Reddit thing. It went through the whole thing with bourbon. Phil and Julie from the Bourbon Van did it on Ryes.
Okay.
They're the first ones that did the rye video. Awesome channel. Check them out. I can't imagine you're watching us and you're not subscribed to the Black Bourbon Family or the Bourbon Van, but go subscribe to both of them if you're not, while you're at subscribing to Whiskey Wimps as well. So you got three jobs tonight is to go subscribe to those 3 channels.
It's a lot for a Monday night.
But we're going to roll into this, and we're probably both sticklers for kind of following the rules, but we also don't mind bending them a little bit if necessary. Yeah. So there is a list of the 5 that you need, and you guys can comment as we're going. It'll be really interesting. We're going to talk through them, and we'll catch up with the chat as we go because I'm going to try to operate these banners if I can do it. So let's roll right into the first one, guys. We're going to go with the daily drinker / go-to sipper. Okay. We put that like that. We don't drink every day. We take breaks here and there, space it out. Yeah. We're old. It hurts if you overdo it. So we call it our go-to sipper, but a lot of people call it our daily drinker. You ladies first. I mean,
I feel like if you've watched our channel for any length of time, you'll know what mine is going to be. Yeah. And keep your comments to yourself, please. Bullet rye. I know people give me flack for this, but this is my comfort zone. This is what I know. This is what started me with liking ryes. So this is like my go-to. If I get overwhelmed with thinking about what I want, I just go, that's my natural instinct. So.
Yeah. It's one of those things like you've had it so much over the years that it's like a warm blanket. Yeah. It's like your Snuggie in a bottle.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like Snuggies though. It's like my mashed potatoes in liquid form. Like comfort food, macaroni and cheese. Not saying it's the best rye out there, but it is my comfort rye. Yeah. So
I'm not a big fan of Bullet. I wouldn't say I'm a hater or anything like that, but it's just not my cup of tea. Yeah. I'll put it in a cocktail, but I almost would never drink it neat.
So what would you drink?
My go-to sipper is the Elijah Craig Straight Rye.
That's a good one.
So this is a bourbon drinker's rye. We recently had this in a blind head-to-head that popped up on the channel. I can't remember what it was against at the time. It might have been Sazerac. But this was the first bottle, and I'm not going to do any spoilers. You'll see the episode when it comes out in a few weeks, but I thought it was bourbon. Like it doesn't really taste all that much like a rye.
It drinks like a bourbon, yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing special, but I would say prior to trying this, I probably would have said Rittenhouse. Bottled in Bond would be my go-to, but this tastes so much more like a bourbon even than Rittenhouse, and that makes me happy. So this is my go-to rye.
That's fair.
All right. Fair. So now we're going to go into our second one. I'm trying to. Am I doing it right, guys? Are they working?
I think
they are working. Yeah. Look at me. I can work a mouse. You see? Okay. So this is worth noting. Aiden says Elijah Craig Rye is only in like 3 states. So that's an important thing to note. This came out, I think, a year ago. Okay. And it was not in the national market anywhere. And then finally, just like a month ago, stores everywhere had shelves of it.
Interesting.
And it's not dried up since. And it seems like it's going to be a regular distribution item in our area. So if you can't get this in your area, Rittenhouse, if you're more of a bourbon drinker, Rittenhouse would be my go-to.
Yeah.
But when this does drop in your area, if you're a bourbon drinker that you want to kind of dip your toes in the rye waters, this is what I would look for. It's cheap. You're not going to waste a bunch of money if you try it and you don't like the rye.
Click off that.
So, all right, let's go back to our Friday night pour. So this is your weekday go-to.
Yep.
Now it's the weekend, and you guys are going to see this only 5 whiskeys you need list we have coming up. It's a mashup of bourbon and ryes and not necessarily repeats of this, but this is our format that we're doing our spin on. So the way we're doing it is we're tracking through. So here's your Monday to Friday, or Monday to Thursday, rather. Now it's Friday. It's the weekend.
Okay. What are we doing? It's the freaking weekend, baby.
So what we would probably do if we had a bottle of it is rare breed rye. Because we really like rare breed rye.
But we don't.
We don't have a bottle of it.
Right.
So Pikesville rye, I mean.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Pikesville rye. 110 proof. You're cranking up the proof point.
Because it's Friday.
It is.
It's not a school night anymore.
It's not a school night anymore. It's definitely leans bourbony. You know, it in a blind, it could fool you. It's not heavy on the rye.
But it's still rye-esque.
Yeah. You definitely do still get some of the rye flavors. Yeah. And it's great stuff. Like, it wins awards. People pick it in blinds all the time, and that doesn't happen by accident. It's fantastic, fantastic stuff.
All right.
Cannot go wrong.
Get the
All right.
next one?
So our next one here is our cheap mixer that's still decent. So
It's over here.
yeah, hang on. So
Okay.
the list is a cheap mixer, and you can get a cheap mixer for like 10 or 15 bucks, but it's probably not something you're going to want to drink neat.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah.
It will only, the purpose it will serve will only be a mixer.
Yeah.
And we're like BOGO here, like buy one, get one. I like getting 2 uses out of one thing. So
with that said, we're going inexpensive. We're going with Old Forester rye. So $22 for this. You
Not
can
bad.
actually use Bullet as a mixer
You could
as well,
too.
because it's $25. But this is definitely the most inexpensive thing we have.
Mhm.
Worth noting, Pikesville's around $50, so pretty expensive. It's something you're going to sip on every day, but nice for a weekend treat. And the Elijah Craig is $30, as is the Rittenhouse, $30 in our market. So by that, like, this is all kind of lining up as to what you would want to spend on something you would be drinking with that level of frequency for that category.
Yep.
If I said that right.
You did, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
So can't go wrong with Old Forester. You like this neat.
I do.
It's not my favorite neat.
And I like it on ice too.
Yeah. I probably am not going to pour this by itself when we have other options here. But if we were somewhere and someone had this, I'd absolutely pour it neat.
Yeah.
And it works great as a mixer too. So you can't really go wrong there. All right. So we're going to roll on to the fourth category here. And it is the impress your guests and what we're calling the good host whiskey. So
is that over here too?
it is. So
can I pull it out?
Not yet. Not yet. You got to build the suspense.
Sorry.
So why do we have the / good host rye? Like, why don't we just leave it and impress your guests?
Because it's not always about impressing people.
Now, I personally couldn't care about impressing anyone.
But when we do have people over, we want them to feel important and valued because they should.
Right. And so you'll see we have quite the controversial pick in our upcoming video. Quite the controversial pick. But
my lips are sealed.
And it's her fault. I'll say that much.
It's always my fault, right?
But for our good host rye, we're not trying to impress anybody, but people come over. We want to be able to pull out a bottle that they may recognize. They maybe haven't tried themselves. It's maybe at a price point that's a little higher than what they would normally spend on themselves, but not so high that we're so rare that we can never replace it if we start running through a bottle with our guests. So with that said, and this is definitely more in Erin's wheelhouse here, we have Willet 4-year rye. So small batch rye, decent proof point. It's coming out at cask strength. This particular one is 106.8. So not high. I know they can get up there.
But 106 is pretty solid.
Yeah. I think it works really well as like a good host whiskey because
you don't know where people's like preferences lie.
Yeah.
It's a good safe bet.
Yeah. If somebody likes high proof, you're not going to pour them this and they're not going to be disappointed because you poured them something that's 90 proof. If someone likes 94-ish proof and you pour them this, it's not going to completely blow them away.
Yeah.
So I feel like this works really well for that. It's about $65, $70. It's not the easiest thing to find. And Jose Diaz in the chat here says a lot of dill in that one, which is the primary reason why I don't like it all that much.
That might be why I do like it. I love dill.
Yeah.
Like on everything.
Yeah. This
is
in our blind sample pool and it hasn't popped up yet.
I'm gonna have to try
and I don't know when it will because everything's randomized, but when it does, I typically have a very adverse reaction.
Oh, I really want to try this now to see if I can taste dill because I can never taste things that people tell me that's in it.
This I feel like Willet Rye, first off, I feel like Willet is on their own wavelength. Like they just do things their own way. I feel like I don't know that I could pick it out in a blind, but it's certainly when I taste it next to other things, they seem to be doing something different at Willet. And you can taste it in the whiskey. I don't love it all that much, but in that way, I think it is. But
you also don't like ryes all that much.
Right. So. Well, even their bourbons taste a lot different than a lot of other bourbons. And there's a whole thing to that. So, all right, let's go on to our fifth and last one here. And it's the special occasion bottle. So For a special occasion, I feel like it needs to be something hard to get. If you can get it, maybe a higher price point, it would probably be for me that Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye if I got a bottle, but I didn't. So out of what we have here in our home, we are going to go with High West Midwinter's Night's Dram. So you probably know what this is. High West, this stuff, like, oh man, blend of straight rye whiskeys finished in French oak port barrels. This is Act 8, Scene 2. We also have Act 7, Scene 5.
Yeah.
This stuff is just so good. Like, it tastes like Christmas in a glass. It's I feel like very approachable for the bourbon drinker. I really enjoy this. Not the biggest fan of these over here. That's why they're on Erin's side. But big fan of these over here.
Oh my goodness.
And this stuff is great. So we are very lucky to have 2 bottles. Just got really lucky. I had a really good 2020. I don't suspect that I'll see another one of these for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to pay what they go for on secondary. I think retail on this is like, I think we paid $90 for each bottle.
Somewhere around there.
They're around $100 in some states as well. I think on secondary they go for close to $200. They used to be $130 to $150, and then they just, every time I see one pop up, they're just climbing higher and higher.
That's insane.
But it's a beautiful bottle. I mean, I think this could probably work well as a good impress your guest whiskey.
It's pretty high proof though, right?
No,
this one,
no, it's body temperature 98.6.
Really?
That's how I always remember the proof.
I feel like to me it drinks higher proof.
It's got some heavy spice in there.
Oh, okay.
Some good baking spice.
Okay.
Whereas this is, honestly, you would probably reach for this for more of a special occasion. So these are all great. If you can get your hands on either one of these, definitely pick it up at least one time to try it, just to see if you like it or not, and satisfy your own curiosity. Or if you're a part of a local bourbon group or have access to a good bar that might have some of these pours, try to get your hands on a sample or a pour of it. These other ones here, you should be able to find these 3 in pretty much any market, and then keep your eyes peeled for Elijah Craig Rye, because it's coming. Yeah. It's good. It's nothing special, but it's good. So,
oh, ADH Whiskey just says,
ADHD
hey, you
Whiskey.
two. Hey, everyone.
Hey there, Matt.
Had a good 4th of July.
Hope you had a good 4th. All right.
Hope everyone had a good 4th of July.
I'm dropping bottles on the ground over here.
Oh,
so,
well, can you put mine over there?
All right. Yeah. Let's catch up with the chat.
Yeah.
So, Matt, amazing job on Matt Madness. You are killing it, and I am going to be so sad, and so many people are going to be so sad when it's done and over with. Matt is a gem in the local, I said local, I was thinking National Bourbon Social Club. Matt is a gem in the YouTube whiskey community. Absolute legendary person. And we give him a shout out in our 5 whiskeys you need, the only 5 whiskeys you need video coming up, because we kind of take this list and we adapt it a little bit, based on his second list that he did. So let's catch up with the chat here.
Dennis said that he lost 1/4 of a bottle of the Midwinter's, had a hairline crack on the base of the bottle and leaked all over his cabinet. Oh,
that's a bad day.
That's sad.
That makes my heart hurt for you.
Yeah. Oh man, sorry, Dennis.
All right.
That stinks.
Let's keep catching up here.
Okay.
I'm going to start pouring stuff. You catch up with the chat.
Okay. I'm going to move this mouse.
All right. So we're going to pour, while Erin's pulling up the chat, we're pouring EH Taylor Straight Rye. We're going to go ahead and get into our rare rye flight.
So this is that was the 5 whiskeys or 5 ryes you need.
The only 5 ryes you need.
This is the 5 ryes you want.
Yes. And
portion of our show.
These are all samples. I do the shopping in the house, and I don't buy ryes a lot. If I were gonna buy,
you don't.
If I were gonna buy a rye, it's usually because it's like a special occasion and I'm gifting it to Erin.
Yeah.
Or I maybe try one like a store pick or something and find it to be especially good.
Yeah.
Right now here in the Nashville market, there's a King's Family something or another, King's Family something, and we were in the local store and they have a barrel pick. It's a double-barreled MGP rye that's like 5 or 6 or 7 years old, I think. Super good. I would actually spend money on that, but there's only so much budget and there's a whole lot of bottles. So we've actually never seen EH Taylor Straight Rye ever. A lot of stores here in the Nashville market put this stuff in year-end lotteries or they'll do like middle of the day drops while people are at work and can't get there. So we've never tried this. This is a generous sample. We have a few samples here. We're going to shout out the people that gave them to us. This stuff right here was a generous sample by Jared Wayburn, and he has 3 of the 5 samples here tonight. Super generous guy here in the Nashville Bourbon Social Club, but he gave us this EH Taylor Straight Rye, and we are going to try it and see what we think.
We're going to try it.
So cheers.
Cheers.
I like EH Taylor products normally. It's one of the few Buffalo Trace products that I am a fan of.
Tyler Glover says, what's up, guys?
What's up, Tyler? So the video's not out yet, but in our video podcast episodes, we do our other stuff at the end, and we shout your brother out for that cutting board. And that's coming up in maybe just a couple of weeks. DC says this EH Taylor is...
This smells like something I've
100 proof candy. And Aiden says EH Taylor is very apple forward. I should probably not be reading.
You shouldn't read that to me because then it messes with my brain.
Hang on. We got to drop our banner off here.
Oh, okay.
Let's drop our banner. And then we're on the EH Taylor Straight Rye. So I made a banner for all these. But then if we're doing comments.
See, now I've been influenced. I smell apple.
Yeah. You guys are being bad influences.
I've been influenced badly.
All right. So on the nose.
Well, I smell apple now.
I am getting a lot of like a candy apple. Not like a candy caramel apple,
Dude,
but like.
You gotta move the mouse. We can't see the comments.
This is going to be the running theme of all of our live streams. Dude, you got to move the mouse.
All right. Well, I have to pretend that I don't smell apple.
It smells like a apple flavored piece of candy.
I don't
like
even
something,
know anymore.
Something green and sugary.
My brain's been warped. I'm just drinking it. Tastes like a popsicle stick.
Like the woodiness of a popsicle stick. I can kind of get that. I can kind of get like a DC said apple can't like that candy sweetness. I'm getting kind of like a juicy sweetness.
Yeah.
Like a sugary, juicy. Okay. I could get behind this. I'm not the rye guy, but I could get behind a bottle of this.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's pretty good.
It is good.
So we're gonna start.
I like it.
We're gonna start doing this segment on our video podcast, and the channel and the videos are morphing a little bit as we go. We're tightening up the head-to-heads.
We're figuring things out a little bit more too.
Yep.
As we go.
Yep. We're tightening up the head-to-head, so those videos are going to get shorter. We're shooting for like the 15 to 18-minute range with those, and then our video podcast. We're going to start off each one where we do the how you doing, what are you drinking. We're going to have a little segment in there, and whatever we're drinking, it's going to be like a quick sip review. So we're not going to go into detail over the nose, palate, experience, all that stuff. We'll talk about it if it jumps out, but overall we'll just talk about the impression that it makes, the experience that it gives us right there on that quick sip, and we'll give it just a general rating. So I would say for this, let me take one more sip before I put a general rating on it.
I got my tried and true smell with this now. I got the apple out of my brain. But you know what it does remind me of? Grape popsicle. I think with the grape popsicle stick. It smells like artificial grape.
Yeah.
Like that purple color. It smells like purple color.
Smells like purple drink.
But when you taste it, it kind of has that like grape popsicle you just finished. So it still has the grape flavor, but then the woodiness. I kind of dig it.
It is good. So my overall rating, and as you guys know, everything we do is thumbs up, thumbs down, common sense scoring.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we do that. We can get into that maybe another time or later in this episode.
Yeah.
But thumbs down, we don't like it. We don't like it. Just okay. You could take it or leave it. You know, it's fine. It could even be good, but it doesn't feel like it's not interchangeable with something else if you couldn't get that particular product. Thumbs up, we like it. We might really like it and still give it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
We love it, 2 thumbs up. That's reserved for the truly exceptional stuff out there. So EH Taylor Straight Rye, quick sip review, which these are coming at the beginning of every video podcast. We'll review a new product. Hit us with your score.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up here as well. This is good.
I like it.
I feel like it's really well-rounded. Like the nose is really good. It's really good flavors on the palate. There's nothing offensive. There's not really any sharp edges that I'm getting, which is weird for me for a rye. And then the finish is really nice, really balanced.
Yep.
And it comes in a pretty tube. It does, DC.
Oh, is it in a pretty bottle?
Mm-hmm. Those EH Taylor, the big cardboard tubes with the printing on it.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Yeah.
that is pretty.
So, EH Taylor Rye, good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Let's see if anyone has any comments about it.
If I had the opportunity, now having tasted it, and this is our other marker, is like, would you spend your money on it again or not? That's another thing that's going to be a part of the Quick Sips reviews. So you've tried that. It is $80 a bottle, 100 proof, $80 a bottle. Are you buying that again or not?
I don't know.
On the thumbs up, thumbs down system.
See, that's like right at that price point for me where I'm like, oh, probably not. Probably not. So I'm probably going to have to give it a thumbs down and say probably,
Or
right?
just okay, maybe?
Just okay. But I wouldn't buy it.
Like you might, but you might not. Like thumbs down would be like absolutely not buying
I might
it.
buy it. So I'll give it just okay.
Okay.
I'm kind of on the fence.
I would give it a thumbs up actually.
Okay.
Specifically because I'm not the biggest fan of ryes. And if I had the opportunity that presented itself for me to buy a rye that I really enjoyed for $80, I would do that.
Do you think you like this because it's kind of sweet-ish for a rye?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Like ryes can go, I don't like it when ryes tip towards that, like the mint, like heavy mint, licorice, I'm out. Count me out.
Yeah.
Like I don't, that's
we have
not
different palettes.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's not my speed. I'm more on the sweet side, and I can go candy sweet, or I can go like the bourbony sweet side, like the Pikesville or Elijah Craig rye. So to me, this is like that candy sweetness, and I can get behind that. So to me, thumbs up. I would buy that again for sure.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. What's next?
So the next one, if you will grab the Bardstown Glen, we got to split this one.
We have to share.
We're very, very low. So for number 2 here, let me pull the banner up. And we are going with Sazerac 18 year. This is a sample from Nashville Bourbon Social Club member Scott Kading. Amazingly, amazingly generous guy. And we have very little of this left. So we got to share, which I feel like might be hard for Erin.
I can share. Sometimes.
All right. So this is a 2016 version.
Okay.
So
what's a normal version?
Have at it. Well, 2020, the most recent release.
Oh, okay.
We were hanging out with some friends for 4th of July last night.
Oh, this smells like grape popsicle.
Really?
Smell it. Tell me if you don't smell grape popsicle.
I've never gotten grape popsicle on the couple of times we've tried this. That's all I get. That's all I get is grape popsicle. Wow, I feel like I normally get earthiness in this.
I haven't tasted it yet.
Whoa, that is way sweeter smelling than the EH Taylor Straight Rye.
I feel like I might want a grape popsicle. Maybe this is like subliminal messaging.
So we were hanging out with friends and we were...
Oh, it tastes earthy though.
Tastes earthy?
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
It smells sweet, but it tastes like I'm eating the earth.
You're eating the earth. You have a mouth. It's a mouthful of dirt in a glass.
But it's not dirt. It's not grass. It's just earth.
Wow, on the nose. That. Wow. That is stunningly sweet on the nose.
It's like completely drastically different. It smells and tastes completely drastically like two different things. I think. But what do I know?
No, that sweetness is still there, but it is definitely anchored by the age. At 18 years in the wood is going to give it a lot of depth, and it definitely has that. Click Steve's here. Okay, good to know. I agree. Seagrass is wonderful. So Seagrass is a Barrel Craft Spirits finished rye. I want to get a bottle of this for you. I've tried it. Erin has not tried it.
Okay.
It's high proof, so I'm not sure if you would love it or not the most, but if I know
it's high proof, I'll be fine. I just can't get taken by surprise.
It is well balanced. Like you know, and that's the problem with our blind tastings that we do is that sometimes we do get surprised by the proof.
And then I get my feelings hurt.
Yeah. So
Smells like the street.
So Greg
eating
says,
the earth.
Greg says I have an Eagle Rare pick, and it straight up tastes like a grape Jolly Rancher. This kind of has like a
Grape
Jolly Rancher taste to
yeah.
it. It's just got more depth because of the time in the wood.
Taste. It has a smell like that though.
I would like to highlight
for sure.
Brian here, Whiskey Wimps. He says smells like the street, eating the earth. I'm keeping tabs over here. These are Erin's tasting notes. We're coming way out of left field. I can't
really officially taste whiskey because I say crazy things.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, it is never a dull moment tasting stuff with her because she just comes out of complete left field with stuff.
I just say the thing that pops in my head first when I'm drinking it.
Okay.
Like, what did I say the other night when your parents were over? Something tasted like a 70s disco. What was it?
What was that? I don't remember, but she said something tastes like a 70s disco, which raises a lot of questions.
What were we drinking?
A lot of questions.
How old am I?
Chiefly that you weren't even born in the 70s. So there's a lot of stuff going on in that comment to unpack. All right, let's see here. So rating on this. I've got one sip left.
I give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Okay. So here's the deal with this. 90 proof, right?
Okay.
$100. If you get it for retail, nobody's getting Sazerac. Oh, you might in a lottery or something get it for retail. This is difficult to find. I think this and Eagle Rare 17 are probably the hardest to find Buffalo Trace Antique Collection bottles. I think on secondary, somebody in chat can let me know, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is over $1,000 on secondary.
Mm-hmm.
It may be even like pushing over the $1,500 mark at this point. Everything seems to be going way, way, way up.
That's a lot of money dollars.
So
I don't want to spend that.
That's mini.
I'm not going to spend those many money dollars.
That is mini doll hairs. So
I like it, but not that much.
If you could get it for $100, that's a lot of money.
Can I have like one more small sip?
Oh.
Do you want it?
Yes. No, you can have one more small sip.
Are you sure?
Sharing is caring. Take a sip.
Oh my gosh.
So for $100, I'm thumbs up. Probably because I know it's Sazerac 18.
Yeah.
But
I'm thumbs up too.
It is really good. It is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that at any more than retail, it is a thumbs down for me.
Correct.
I'd pay maybe one. Knowing it's Sazerac 18, I'd probably pay $150 for it. But that is kind of like my upper end threshold. Like it's hard for me to want to spend more than $150 on a bottle of anything, period, ever.
Yeah.
Case closed.
Yeah.
There's just too much good stuff out there that's available.
It's good.
If it's something really special, I'd consider it. Like Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye might make me consider it.
Have you had that before? Is that what you? Okay.
I've had
so you know you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, why do you keep talking about it like it's gold?
Because it is.
Wait, hold on.
For me, I'm expecting you not to like it.
Hold on. Someone had a comment I wanted to highlight, but where did it go?
Oh. Yeah. All right. So while you're looking for the comment.
It tastes like that year I spent on the beaches of Peru in the late 80s with a lizard that drank mojitos. What is he talking about?
I don't know, but I dig that tasting note. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Bubble bath bourbon. I dig it.
Nate, what's up, man?
You might be making fun of me, but
welcome to the chat. You may have popped in before, but we're new here, and keeping up with the chat and talking at the same time, like I have a difficult time multitasking.
Yeah.
So
how about we move to the next one, and I'll kind of keep up with the chat as well.
I'm so excited for this one. We are Wild Turkey fans. We, either of us, have ever had any of the Master's Keep stuff.
Okay. And
this is the Wild Turkey Cornerstone Rye. 2019 release.
Okay.
$175. So already it better be extremely special.
How many?
175 doll hairs.
Oh my gosh.
So it better be really, really good. Can you grab 2 Glens for us? Por favor. All right. Scott, what's up, man? My Bourbon Journey. Sup, Stuff and Whiskey. So Scott was like the first big channel to follow us, to shout us out, to I think this is no secret to anyone. Scott is so supportive of all the new Whiskey Tube channels. Mm-hmm. Amazing, amazing guy. And I guess we could just break this news right here. Big news on the Stuff and Whiskey channel here is that Scott does a barrel pick program. He's good friends with Jason C. of the Mash and Drum, and they have the Mash and Journey barrel pick for their patrons. And so Scott's counterpart, his partner in crime, there's other. I'm going to leave the jokes. They write themselves.
Okay.
I want to say something. I'm not going to say something. So
we're family friendly here.
Yeah, try to keep it somewhat family friendly. So, but Scott's counterpart in Mash and Journey, Jason C. of the Mash and Drum, we are set up for live streaming tonight on Monday. A little bit of a dry run because on Wednesday night we're going to be on the Mash and Drum live stream. Jason's having us on.
Yeah.
He's sending us a blind flight. I believe there may be some type of contest involved, which will
I'm
be
nervous.
Absolutely hilarious for us. It's going to be amateur hour.
I won't win anything in a contest about whiskey.
But it's going to be fun.
There's no way.
You can count on that. So we're looking forward to that. So Scott says we should come on tonight. I've got a few other channels coming on. Tomorrow night.
Read?
Oh, tomorrow night. I'll get with you, Scott, on Instagram, and we'll discuss that. Work stuff may prohibit it on my end. My schedule's a little bit of a beast sometimes, but
you can chat.
We can chat about it.
You can slide into his DMs.
Yeah, I'll slide into those DMs.
That's what he did to me. That's how we're married. He slid into my DMs.
I did do
true
that.
Story.
Well, yeah, that's a longer story than that.
But it's a true story.
That is a true part of the story. All right. So let's get into this Wild Turkey Cornerstone.
Okay, let's do it.
First off, 109 proof.
Okay.
$175.
That's a lot of
ballpark.
dollars.
Many dollars.
Okay.
Like I just said,
Yeah.
I really have a difficult time spending much more over $150 unless it's something really, really special.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what's up with this.
Okay.
Got the whiskey burps. Apologies, chat. Okay, for 109 proof, I am not getting a lot on the nose right now. Do a little elbow sniff to clear the sinuses. Well,
It smells very astringent.
Okay, so here's the thing. We're coming off of Sazerac 18, which that nose on Sazerac 18 really
was sweet as apple pie.
It really came through heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm getting some sweetness on here. This is wild. Like maybe the ryes that I've tried have been like stuff like Bullet, kind of the lower end tier of ryes.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I just haven't had enough ryes with age on them that really hit me in a sweet spot.
Maybe
these young ryes, and I know rye ages quicker than bourbon, but these are smelling and tasting really good. I mean, EH Taylor Straight Rye and Sazerac 18, sure.
All right, let's try
Obviously.
it. Let's try it.
Okay.
I feel like it tastes like something I've had before.
That's good. That's good.
I've had something like this before,
So,
though.
I'll say this right now. EH Taylor Straight Rye, Sazerac 18, Wild Turkey Cornerstone. This of the three so far is my favorite yet.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. The Sazerac 18 had a lot more, like it was more rounded.
Mhm.
It was a more polished product, it felt like. And it did have that candy sweetness, which was nice, kind of anchoring it down with that
Mhm.
earthiness. But I'm such a Wild Turkey fan. And there's a little bit of that Wild Turkey flavor profile that's reminiscent in this.
Maybe that's why I feel like I've had this before.
It feels familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's good. And now the nose is really jumping out.
It is good, but I don't know if it's anything like, it's not $175 good.
No.
Absolutely not. It's good though.
Knowing if you just told me that a rye was this good and it cost me $100, I'd buy it like that. If I have to pay $175 for it, man,
That's a lot.
that's really tough. I mean, the bottle's pretty. It's a limited release. I'm just not super into like having things that are really rare if I don't really love them.
Mm-hmm. Well, because they just take up space. If you don't like them, they're just going to sit there.
Well, you think of it in those terms. I'm a little bit more utilitarian about it. It's just like I don't care to flex on people. Like I'm not, like I said, like we did on the 5
Mhm.
whiskeys you need. Like I don't care to impress anybody. Like if it's something that's cool and rare and I really love it, then yeah, sign me up. But this is a big reason why I miss a lot of releases, because I'm not going to buy something if it's a high price tag and I've never had it before.
Yeah.
And I don't really know if I like it or not.
That's fair.
There was a time where I did that.
And then you met me.
I don't know if it probably was post you that shift happened more. But I think the more we experiment in whiskey over the years, like I find myself gravitating towards the more readily available, better price stuff.
All right, let me see what we got going on in the chat here if we're missing anything.
Oh man, that's good though.
It is good.
That is really good. All right, give a rating here.
I gave it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up?
Well,
on the taste.
On the taste, thumbs up.
I'm giving it, dare I give it 2 thumbs up on the taste?
Oh, dang.
I don't think so. It's the first one tonight that's made me think about giving 2 thumbs up on the taste. But I'm just going to give it a thumb up on the taste for the quick sip review. As far as the retail, like the consumer side of the equation goes.
Sorry, I have to give it a thumbs down.
That's a high price tag. I'm going to give it I could take it or leave it. If I happen to run into a bottle and I happen to have $175 just sitting around not doing anything, which is almost never, like I get it and I spend it. My budget, my fun money for the month doesn't usually make it to the second half of the month.
It doesn't last very long. Whiskey Whip said the bird does some awesome stuff.
They do. We are such big Wild Turkey fans here. I mean, people are going to get sick of hearing it on the channel, but that blind bracket I did, like I hadn't tried Wild Turkey stuff since college. And I went out and bought bottles of Wild Turkey to put in a blind bracket that I did back in the fall of 2020 in the local National Bourbon Social Club Facebook group. And Wild Turkey just ran roughshod over every other thing on the board. So
it is what it is.
Who knew? Who knew I liked Wild Turkey so much?
Now you know.
I'd like to highlight this comment real quick. I'm really enjoying this. Whiskey Wimp says, nothing wrong with weird. And we agree.
True
so
that.
we like to say we're quirky.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into this next one. I'm excited to try this. I've never had any Kentucky Owl products. So this is Kentucky Owl Rye Batch 2, 101.8 proof.
Okay.
$200.
I'm already out. It can't be that good. Like,
can you grab us 2 glints,
It can't
please?
be that good. $200 retail?
So, and I think this is batch 2. So I think it was $200. Batch 4, I know, went up to $300.
No, bro. I'm not paying that.
And they scale up. So Kentucky Owl, like, I would definitely like to try their bourbons, but the ryes have been of interest to me. And I think the ryes, Craig Johnson says, watch Erin have a religious experience with the owl.
You know what? That's probably going to happen because I am like such a tightwad when it comes to not overspending on something. And then I tend to like the more expensive things.
Yeah.
Like as far as when we do the blinds,
yeah,
I will usually rate the like allocated high price bourbons really highly on my score. And then I'm like, I find out how much it costs. And I'm like, oh, dang it. Now I have to not
and
like it.
She gets mad at herself.
I do.
She's such a tightwad.
I am. But you know what? It's part of why you love me, right?
The nose on this, Greg, where's Greg at here? Just drop Erin's name out and plug mine in there.
Josh is going to have a religious experience.
The nose on this is hitting.
Not me yet.
I would give the nose 2 thumbs up. We're not doing that on our quick sip review.
I think you like manifested that.
You think I'm being influenced by the fact that I know that it's Kentucky Owl?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Like we do these blind tastings, and I feel like what they've taught me is to really just be subjective about what's in the glass.
Yeah.
Like as subjective as I can be about, or as objective as I can be about my subjective experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like labels don't influence me like they used to. Like,
yeah, they don't. But I feel like even subconsciously, I know they influence me.
So why?
And I don't really know that much.
Yeah.
And even if I know something's supposed to be popular, and even if I try to put that like out of my mind, it still has some sort of influence.
Yeah. So why I say that I would give this 2 thumbs up on the nose is that I'm getting a lot Like
you like that?
It's wild. The Cornerstone was 109 proof. This is 101.8, but on the nose, I'm getting more than I was on the Cornerstone.
Tell Whiskey Wimps bye. He's getting ready for some anniversary photos with the wife.
There you go, brother. Enjoy some of that. Hey, 2 photographers here. We know what that California light's all about.
Oh my gosh.
Cheers, man.
Love it. Have fun.
Enjoy. Richie Z. Richie Z's in here. Let's highlight him. Go up.
Where's Richie Z?
Cheech mentioned. You gotta scroll it. There
he is.
He probably popped in here before that. We're going to get this multitasking thing down.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe.
All right, let's try this.
All right. On the nose, this is giving me a lot. There's so much there that it's hard for me to pick up on any individual thing. And this is funny. Like this is like a little quick sip review, but what you guys are seeing is why we don't do this on camera when we're doing our head-to-heads. They're already long enough, especially me. I take a lot of time to taste something critically.
He does. I have my paper finished, turned over, hands on my paper, scrolling my phone, watching YouTube videos, and he's still tallying up his score. So it would take a long time. Okay.
While you're smelling, or tasting even, Aiden here at work, we have $10 whiskey that's really good. We give it to people and ask what they think it costs. Really opens eyes. Average answer is $40. Average answer. There's probably some people who
go higher,
go a little lower, but people go plenty higher than that. And that's what we have learned through our double blind tastings.
It's really good.
She's mad that it's good.
It's really smooth.
She's mad that
it doesn't taste like a rye.
Oh.
I'm really pissed right now. Son of a gun. I'm still not paying $200 for it. I'm not. I'm so not happy. This always happens.
All right. I'm aware enough that was a really good pour.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I ruined that for you.
No, I'm going to have to come back because you caught me off guard mid-sip.
It's really good.
So
it doesn't smell great to me, but it tastes really good.
Yeah. I want to highlight Jason here.
Oh, man.
He says, "Don't worry, I take a long time too." So Brandy gives him grief about taking long to taste. So cheers, brother.
You just got to go with your gut. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And
that's what inevitably, the more time I take with it, the more
you second guess yourself.
I confuse myself.
And then you just end up going with your gut.
I'm running in circles, chasing my tail. I always end up where I started.
Yeah. So just cut out the middleman.
All right. So you said this doesn't taste like a rye. I will disagree with that statement. This tastes like a rye. I'm getting some of those,
that's cool.
Those dill and pine notes. They're there, or maybe like a mint. Let me go in for another taste when I'm not about to shoot it out of my nose.
It's just really smooth to me.
It's really good. Like the mint is there, and it's kind of clinging on.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, man, that's good. I would not peg that at 101.8 proof.
It drinks hotter. I think.
Not
hotter. It drinks.
It drinks proof. Like it has more flavor. Than a typical 100 proof pour.
Like the inside of my lips are a little tingly.
Yeah.
And I kind of dig it.
That's good. Where does Kentucky Owl get their rye from, guys? Or did they when Dixon Dedman was doing the blending and sourcing? What is this? This is really good.
It is good.
Wow. I'm genuinely surprised by this. Now, is this the wild turkey?
Was that the last one we had?
Yeah.
Here's my wild turkey. I kept them in order.
Oh, that's not it.
I kept them in order. Here. You can have
that's that Sazerac 18. That's good.
I want that. I'm gonna.
Okay. No. We finished the Sazerac 18. What is? Oh, that's EH Taylor Straight Rye.
Oh.
We're a mess. You guys are gonna see on these live streams, like our videos. We try to keep it tight, keep it right, but these live streams, you're gonna see how much of a mess we are.
Yeah.
Okay, on the nose, I would rather have the wild turkey. Just on the nose. Which, you know what? That's funny because I said at first I wasn't getting much out of the nose of the wild turkey.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little deeper, richer, sweeter. The Kentucky Owl.
Wait, you gave me mine back. Are you sure that's the right one?
Yeah. On the palate, Kentucky Owl is really good. There's some candy sweetness there, but it's all tempered, which is why I think you like it so much.
Uh-huh.
It's got that tempered rye sweetness, and I like a little bit more like that.
You like more in your face sweet.
Yeah.
Like kind of candy sweet, and I don't like that as much because I can't. It gets too sweet for me after a while.
I mean, candy sweet, or you can go chocolatey sweet, the caramel, like that darker side of the equation. Whereas Erin, she definitely leans more towards the tempered sweetness, we'll say.
Yeah, this is good. I'm giving it, I think I might even give it 2 thumbs up on taste. But then I have to give it a thumbs down on retail score.
That's fair.
Because I would not buy it again for the price.
Quick sip score for me. On the palate, I actually think I might like it more than the Wild Turkey Cornerstone.
Really?
It's more rye than the Wild Turkey Cornerstone, but it's really unique. And there's something to be said for that. So, catching up with Chad a little bit. Ty says we're doing a fantastic job. Keep it going.
Oh, thanks, Ty.
And we're a mess. We're just hanging out. If that makes it a fantastic job, then that's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying watching. Chris Culpepper says we've convinced him to spend 130 plus for a Bardstown Discovery. Man, I really enjoy Bardstown Discovery products. They're so good. Yeah. We went to Bardstown back for my birthday, and I love the reverence they have for the history of bourbon, but yet they're not afraid to take it modern and do their own thing with it.
Yeah.
And a little bit of an Easter egg for the people tuning in, their logo was a little bit being a big bit influence for our own logo.
Inspiration for our logo.
We actually sent that to the graphic designer, and we're like, we want something in this vein, something that
we sent them that one and a couple other ones from a few hotels around Nashville that we liked.
Yeah, some of the boutique hotels that are kind of like they have that kind of mid-century modern undertone vibe, but then like they take it, it's a nod to that.
Yeah,
it's a nod to history
without being
old-timey.
Overtly, old-timey.
And that's kind of how our house is. Like, it doesn't really fit in any one specific style. Like,
it's a nod to the 60s.
I think we're
not being completely old-timey.
I think we're just in our older age now.
Oh my gosh.
We're just more comfortable being us and not having to fit in any one specific box.
Yeah, that's it.
Whether it be our house or our branding or our channel.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Richie Z says this is definitely a nice live. Thank you, Richie. That's very kind. You're very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Again, I like nice people. Thanks for being nice. Okay.
All right. So
we have to
we do need to move on. There's some Discovery talk in the chat. So let me, I don't know. I haven't had Discovery 5 yet, and I didn't have 1 or 2. I've only got 3 and 4. I love 3. What's the consensus in the chat? Let me know. Do you guys prefer 3 or 4? And if you've tried 5, let me know what you think about it.
Okay.
I'm really curious because now I feel like with 3 and 4, like I'd almost rather just try to get another one of those than buy 5 because it's got, I'm not a Dickel fan, but it's got to be done right. Okay.
Aiden says he wouldn't call himself nice. I beg to differ so far.
All right, guys, here we go. Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye.
This is your moment.
Daniel's Barrel
this is what you've been waiting for.
Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye.
It's all come down to this.
Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye. All right, so fair warning here.
High proof.
131.7.
Cool.
For this bottle.
Sweet.
Single barrels, limited release. They are hopefully doing this again. Look how dark that is compared to everything else we've had.
Looks like the maple syrup I put on my pancakes for dinner.
It does look like maple syrup. I wonder, is there any knowledge of how old this stuff is? Ooh, boy.
Smells potent.
Yeah, you can't get too close to this one. All right. Singe some nose hairs.
I got a little gasoline. A little gasoline smell going on there. Strong.
Oh, wow. That is, so the Jack Daniel's, that banana note, especially that I get in the higher proof stuff, it's there. But I'm also getting a really strong apple note too.
I'm just getting alcohol smell.
Ooh. There's a lot of alcohol in there. I mean, 131.7 proof is no joke.
I'm just going.
So,
I'm going in. I'm going in.
Go in. I think this is about $70 when it came out locally.
Okay.
She was ready for the proof.
I was ready for it, and that was kind of nice. It kind of has like a soapy taste to me.
Ooh.
Is that weird?
Ooh.
You need a moment.
That.
How much is this?
Soapy taste. So I think it was about $75.
But it is hard to find.
Oh, it was a limited release just for the
okay.
holiday. It came out around the holidays, I think, last year.
Okay.
And then it dried up very quick. Funny enough, Jack Daniels is here in Middle Tennessee, relatively speaking. And the Middle Tennessee area did not get a lot of distribution. But then months and months later, the distillery started doing a little bit of a trickle out in the gift shop. So if you were willing to make the trek down, you could pick up a bottle theoretically, but
the heat on this builds.
Yeah, it's like Nashville hot chicken. Like the first bite,
it's fine.
I mean, it's still there.
Yeah.
It's still there
but
on
I
my
took
palate.
a second sip and it kind of got a little hotter in the back of my throat.
Yeah, I'm loving this. Like it's still hanging out on my palate, and just there's like a spicy little dance on the back of my tongue.
A little party in your mouth.
Yeah, definitely a mouth party.
Oh my goodness. This is this might be a little too much for me. As I'm drinking it, like it just gets hotter.
Yeah.
See, I like
the spice comes in.
Yeah, I like whiskeys that I can sip for a while, like that I can kind of drag out. And this is like 2 or 3 sips and then I'm done.
This tastes almost cocktailish.
Kind of.
Like it's got like a really
it kind of does
candied orange sweetness right on the front end. Like the front half of my tongue is candied orange sweetness, and then the back half of my tongue is barrel proof baking spice just popping off. It is really good.
It's just warm. It's hot.
It is hot. It's for sure hot.
Unless you have some more of that. I think I'm done with it.
It's my lucky day.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to pour some of this back in the sample jar and save this for a special occasion.
It's not bad. It's just not for me.
Yeah. And there you go. You know, it's a complete preference thing. By far, I think this is probably my favorite pour of the night. Definitely on the palate. We don't have any more of the Sazerac 18.
I think the Sazerac 18 or the owl. What's the owl?
The Kentucky Owl.
Kentucky Owl. Those are my two favorites.
Yeah. I mean, these are
on taste.
Look, there's a reason these are rare. You know, this is a rare flight, not because they're not good. Like they're good, and if you can get them for retail, they're great. Maybe a little bit of a question mark on the Wild Turkey Cornerstone at $175.
Yeah, and the Kentucky Owl for $200.
And the Kentucky Owl for $200.
That's a lot. I mean, it was really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Where's your threshold? Like you taste something that's 2 thumbs up.
See, and that's
taste. Okay,
that's where.
Hang on. Quick sip review. We didn't do it.
Oh yeah.
This is if at retail. This is 2 thumbs up for me on taste, and 2 thumbs up for me on whether I'd buy it again or not.
It's just okay for me on taste. Again,
yeah,
I like it.
That's fair.
But it's not for my palate.
I had a momentary reaction.
I know. But what's the price again on it?
$70. $75.
It gets a thumbs up on that though, because that's pretty decent.
Do you almost don't want to do this? Do you want to try a little bit of water
in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to give me yours, the one that has the least amount, and we can put a little water in there to open it up? Shelf Turds just went online, Aiden says.
So numbers dropping in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's catch up on some comments.
Right. We knew that, Aiden, and we wanted to keep these. We want to keep ours around an hour.
But as per usual, we're going a little long.
Yeah, it's going to tip over a little longer.
Yeah.
It just happens. We're doing a lot tonight, too.
Yeah.
Okay, so with water.
Okay, hold on. Steve Burkhouse says last Discovery Series 4 was 200 in the wild around him.
Wow. That's terrible markup.
Yeah.
It should be like one. I think if Black Bourbon Family's still in the chat, I think they got theirs for like 125, which is great. It's very regularly like 130 to 135 here in our market. Okay. So without water, full strength, you definitely get a lot more richness, a lot more sweetness. The banana's there. I'm not getting that candied orange on the nose, but I am getting more of like a maple syrup on the nose, which I get a lot of maple syrup if I put any kind of Jack Daniel's barrel proof on ice.
Aiden says he's got them on the phone and us on, or them on the TV and us on the phone.
You're a dedicated man.
Multitasking,
and we appreciate you. You're better at multitasking than we are. That's for sure. So
Ty said that that's a killer flight.
It is. We're
very lucky to have these samples gifted
incredibly
to us.
generous. Greg Johnson gave us this Jack Daniel's barrel proof.
Oh, Greg did?
Yep.
Yeah, you said that at the beginning. Yeah. I knew that.
And he dropped off. He can comment in the chat if he's still here. I think it's a bone snapper rye that's been finished in Caribbean rum casks.
What? You didn't tell me that.
I'm really excited. Should I go get it?
If you want to. I mean, we're trying ryes.
If Greg is still here, let us know. Let us know the price, the proof, and is it bone snapper or backbone?
If Greg's here, we'll do it. If he's not, we'll wait.
Yeah. So
okay, let me try this with water.
With water, you get less of the maple syrup sweetness, more of the banana sweetness on the nose. That's what I'm getting.
I get maple syrup sweetness.
Really?
I don't get banana.
That's coming out.
I've yet to get the banana sweetness that you talk about.
So we gotta check in here. So the Sue's, Nate, hey Josh and Erin, tuning in late, but still go back and rewatch. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
National Bourbon Social Club. The first time I ever tried Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye. And last night we were hanging out with Miles and Carrie for 4th of July.
Yes.
So
we were.
We'll catch up with you soon, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. Right. This is.
All right. I got to go get it out of the cabinet. You guys are going to hear it. This is the old house. We got creaky floors. We've got loud furniture.
It's fine. Okay. So
I almost forgot I had bottles over here.
So this with water is way more my style, my speed. So you like it with water. I like it with the water. This is something I could sip on longer term over a period of time with a little bit of water in it. Yep. It's much better. It opens it up and kind of softens the heat a little.
So pour a little bit of this.
Okay. I'm gonna
so this is now we're going finished.
Okay.
So Greg says, let's pull this up because we didn't make a banner for this.
Hold on real quick. I want to highlight this. Aiden says, banana can come in many ways. It's often more banana bread or banana Laffy Taffy. Okay, I'll think.
That's a good point.
I'll think that.
Banana Laffy Taffy is what I get on Jack Daniel's Barrel
So like
Proof.
An artificial banana flavor.
Yeah, you remember when so you guys will never see this, but there was a video we were doing with Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof and something else. Is that blind head to head? And I said it smelled like banana and tastes like banana, and she disagreed with me, which is fine because you get what you get, and that's fine. It's a subjective experience. Mm-hmm. But then she actually went off camera and grabbed a banana and brought it on camera and started smelling it, and then peeled it and started smelling it.
Yeah,
it was a whole thing.
Trying to get it.
I told her I was going to cut it.
Bubbleback Bourbon says sometimes it's plantain too. Okay. Runts, yes, banana runts
and Laffy Taffy.
I can think of those as I'm smelling it. Let me try that.
Just with there's a very little bit in here, and you've already taken a sip. There's probably like 3/4 of an ounce, and we put 5 drops of water in there for reference.
I smell maple syrup.
Man,
that's what I smell.
This is so good.
Let me smell yours.
That smells like pancakes with bananas chopped up and Cracker Barrel maple syrup.
I'm trying so hard to get the banana smell. I think my nose is broken.
Wow.
Okay.
I'll
work on that.
Now we're on to. Can we highlight Greg's?
Yeah.
I want to highlight his just to let people know what we're tasting right now.
You can get off the banner for the.
All right. So we're on a bone snapper rye right here. Okay. We can share. I'll deal with her cooties later. The Bone Snapper Rye, 3 years, 6 months in first barrel, 9 months in the Caribbean rum cask. So
it's 120.2 proof.
120.2 proof, pretty young. I mean, ryes age faster than bourbons.
Okay.
So like a 3 year, 6 month bourbon would be very, very young. 9 more months, a little over 4 years.
Okay.
That'd be very, very young. Think about that percentage wise. Like you're taking 36, 42 months of the time in the barrel.
That's less than most people's car loans.
Don't get her started on debt and borrowing. 9 months out of 42 months was in a Caribbean rum cask.
Okay.
So percentage-wise, what's that?
Oh my gosh.
9 math. 9 times 6 is 30. No,
Don't-
6
don't-
times 6
please
is
don't look at me.
36. Anyways, a significant portion of this whiskey's life was in a Caribbean rum cask.
If almost a fourth of it, right?
Wow.
If you take 40,
You smell that.
40 months and then almost 10 months of the 40 months.
We're coming off
Rounding.
the Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye, which
Oh,
I don't-
Oh wait, hold on. I got something. But I don't know what it is.
Nathan asked that, is that from Brinkman's? Yes, it is. That sample's from the store pick that Brinkman's has. Oh, I should read the chat first. Greg Johnson answers him and says, yes, that is from Brinkman's.
So you need to go to our banner and take that
All right.
Kentucky
Yeah, I
owl
do,
off.
because I'm confusing people.
We actually didn't even do the last banner.
Hey, it's us. We didn't do the Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye?
No.
Aw. Amateur hour, guys. All right.
Okay, this smells like something, and I can't think of what it is.
I need to clear my palate before we go into this bone snapper. Did you try it yet?
No. I'm still
You're still working on the
there's
nose?
a smell that I'm getting that it's like right. Oh, it's right there.
All right, let me try to catch up with the chat a little bit here. I'm going to go maybe way back. While you're doing your tasting here.
It's gonna bug me. I think you've gone way back.
I've gone way back, yeah.
Go less back. You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way.
Oh, I'm going the wrong way. The scrolly thing goes the opposite way. All right. Maybe we should just, instead of stuff and whiskey, we should just be amateur hour whiskey.
Oh. This has so many familiar flavors and smells, and yet I can't think of what they are.
Really? Okay. Greg says he will share his tasting notes once we've tried it.
Okay.
You say familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
You try it. I need a second away,
All right.
and I'm going to try it again.
To be fair, neither of us have tried a barrel proof rum. We do have a 4-square sample, and a sample from the man with 3 names,
Eric David Gunderson.
Yeah. We do have a 4-square.
The 3 named man.
Yes.
That's what I call him.
Okay. On the nose, this is like.
It smells like a fizzy drink. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It kind of smells fizzy. Like a club soda.
It kind of
Or a
reminds.
tonic water. That's the one that has sugar, right?
Okay, so here's where influence happens. So if I were smelling this totally blind and didn't know it had been finished, I don't know if I would get this note or not. But I'm getting a lot of pineapple on the nose, and I'm getting a lot of like banana boat sunscreen.
I think maybe sunscreen is kind of.
Smell that and think about banana boat sunscreen and like a pina colada. Not like the sugary sweetness of a pina colada, but like the pineapple note.
I thought pina colada was coconut.
Oh yeah, you're right. Forget that. Scratch all that. I don't drink many pina coladas. Think of something with pineapple in it.
It smells like the Caribbean. I mean, I know that's so lame because we know that it's from the Caribbean. From the Caribbean rum.
All right, let me catch up with Aiden. Aiden says fun ISO or AFO. So, fun fact, artificial Laffy Taffy actually is based on what common bananas used to be. The Cavendish banana. They were killed by a blight, and now we have the current banana.
What?
Interesting. I eat a banana a day,
I bet that
and I did not know that.
previous banana was delicious.
Yeah.
If it was like Laffy Taffy.
I saw Cavendish, and I thought, Tour de France, I'm keeping up with that.
It's kind
and
of,
Mark Cavendish is doing very well.
A tea smell. Like, let me taste it again. Hold on.
So I can know what you're saying based on just smelling it before and you saying that. That what is that? Like
No.
the
I'm getting kind of a licorice taste now.
okay. Nate asked if we've tried seagrass. I have. Erin has not.
You try it.
Very good. I tried it in a flight of things, so I don't know. Like, I haven't tried it just focused on only it, but I did like it quite a bit, and I'd like to get her some. But there's just so many things on the to buy list, and the budget only goes so far. Okay, I can get a T note on here now.
Yeah.
you said it, and I think I knew it without even having to smell it again, but it's really coming through strong now. Almost like lemon tea, like lemon,
Like
almost Arnold Palmer-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going Arnold Palmer-ish while I'm sitting in a lawn chair or maybe a beach chair because it's rum finished. And I have Banana Boat sunscreen on, and I'm drinking an Arnold Palmer with like a honey finished rye.
Are you trying to be like me now?
A little bit.
He's trying to be like me.
Aren't we all?
I should hope not. Good Lord. All right, Greg, what notes do you get? Give us your tasting notes.
Yeah, all that carries over to the palate. Like, it's very much like, what was the one, like you said, Sazerac 18 was like on the nose, heavy grape sweetness, artificial. On the palate, way more earthy.
Yeah.
I got more grape sweetness on the palate than she did. This all carries over. It drinks, for being as young as it is and for being as high proof as it is, it does not come across nearly the proof like 120. Yeah. It doesn't come across 120.
So Greg says on the palate.
No, don't tell me. Okay. Well, I saw that he commented.
Okay, don't look.
I don't want to see it.
I've highlighted it, but you just don't look at the screen. You guys know what Greg said.
I'm right here,
Josh
guys.
doesn't know.
You know what? Now I'm getting some like mandarin orange.
Oh my gosh. You saw it. You liar.
No, I saw the mandarin orange and I immediately looked away.
So Greg says on the palate, he gets mandarin orange, melon, pineapple, coconut, cherry, and banana.
I'm actually not getting the mandarin orange or the melon, but the rest I can agree with. And I think I'm coming off the Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye where I got a lot more of the banana. So the banana's not coming through, but pineapple, coconut, I can see some cherry. I think that's where my mind went pina colada subconsciously.
I can get the pineapple.
I mentioned it. Yeah.
The pineapple. And it tastes like, it's like fizzy. There's just like some fizziness to it.
Do you still have some of the Kentucky Owl?
Which one was that?
I think it's this one. Yeah, it's that one. Can I?
It's gone.
It gone. Hang on. We have more. All right. I want to try this against the Kentucky Owl because they're both really unique. The Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof is too.
Okay.
But we've got the Bone Snapper, 3 year, 6 month rye, and then 9 more months in the Caribbean rum cask. And then Kentucky Owl Batch 2. Both very unique. Greg, can you hit us with the price on this Bone Snapper rye in the chat?
I'm highlighting Aiden's comment about the banana. The Gros Michel was the dominant banana, and the current banana has been dominant since the 50s. His memory was a bit off, he said. The old banana was a Gros Michel.
ISO vintage bananas. Antique. Bananas antique. Okay, Bone Snapper 75. So 75 versus 200 for the Kentucky Owl. Both very unique.
75 all day, every day. You can get it for that still.
This is not a fair comparison. I do find that while I'm not a rye guy, I find that I do really like finished ryes because it gives it a little bit of sweetness that I find some ryes lacking. Okay, Kentucky Owl, great. Great. This for $75, where are you at? Quick sip review.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up for taste. Thumbs up for price. For retail.
Buying it again?
Yeah. Because it's such a different, like it's kind of a novelty sip.
What is that?
Like I wouldn't probably pay $75 if it was just another random rye, like run-of-the-mill rye. But it's so different that it's a cool thing to have. And I like it. What are you smelling?
I'm getting something in here.
Let me smell. Share.
Like I can't place my finger on it. Like it's something I've never gotten anything else. It's almost like, I want to say kind of stinky feet. Like you say that sometimes.
I know what you mean.
To me, it reminds me kind of like the smell of a steak.
Interesting.
Like the actual beef.
The Sue's asked if we've ever tried Old Carter.
No, we haven't. I wish. I'm actually, as much as I'd be interested in trying the bourbon, I'd be even more interested in trying the American whiskey because of how good the J. Mattingly stuff is. And speaking of, we need to try to track down an Obtainium light whiskey.
Okay.
All right. So this is, I might as well be speaking Greek. I do the shopping.
We, meaning you, need to track down a light whiskey.
Okay. So all right. That's something so totally different from the Kentucky Owl.
Mm-hmm.
The Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof by far is my favorite.
Still?
Fits my wheelhouse
Yeah.
the best. I mean, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I could have picked that before we started. It holds true.
Would you pick that in a blind, do you think?
Yeah.
Because you knew what you were drinking.
It doesn't matter. It's got so much more sweetness and depth and richness than everything else did.
It's more of like a bourbon rye.
The EH Taylor Straight Rye was like candy sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Did not have the depth or richness of this. Mm-hmm. Didn't have the proof kick. The Sazerac had the richness, but didn't have the oomph. The Wild Turkey Cornerstone had some richness and depth, but not nearly this much.
Mm-hmm.
Probably older than this, but it doesn't matter. Like the higher proof helps a ton.
Yeah.
The Kentucky Owl was definitely unique and really good, but $200 is like, that's all, you're almost just out the door at that point, period. The Bone Snapper is amazing for being 3 years, 6 months old,
cool,
and then finished. Like, and it's something totally different. Like you get that twist of flavor in there from the finishing. And it's probably, if I had a bottle of all of these, it's probably the one I would pick up and drink the most. Maybe the EH Taylor Straight Rye.
Interesting.
Maybe this, because this is so unique. Definitely like a mood
It
pour.
is unique. And if you could get it for $75, it's a really cool like thing to have and like have people try it when they come over and see what they think. I think that'd be a really cool, like fun thing to do with guests. Yeah.
It'd be fun if they have unfinished versions of this, so you could get one that is unfinished and then this one which is finished and try them back to back.
That would be fun.
If I could get my hands on both of those bottles, I'd love to put that into the blind sample pool to see if we prefer a finished rye versus an unfinished rye that's
would be cool.
Otherwise comparable.
Yeah,
I don't know if that exists or not. David says Obtainium light whiskey is great, especially the price point and the NASA Family Reserve. So the NASA Family Reserve is something that we want to get our hands on. The talking about light whiskey real quick before we sign off for the night. So when we did our best bottle that we have, Whiskey Tornado did a video, nominated us. Like we only had like a little under 300 subs at the time. It skyrocketed our subs, our views. Yeah. Amazing. The generosity and the sharing and the caring. In this community.
Sharing is caring.
There you go. It's humbling. Like, I don't know what to say. Like,
it really is.
What do you say?
I don't know. I don't.
Like, we're just little old us.
We're just us weirdos from Nashville drinking whiskey and putting it on YouTube.
Yeah. And to have people that enjoy it and have you guys tune in, cheers to y'all. Like,
for real,
this doesn't exist without you. And we hope that we see you guys over on the Mash and Drum on Wednesday night for that live stream. That's going to be a fun flight.
Yeah.
I feel like I got
nervous about the
I feel like I got totally sidetracked. Like my mind went all in to just complimenting you guys for being here, and I forgot my original point, which it wasn't even important.
This happens all the time, so get used to it.
It wasn't even anywhere close to near as important as letting you guys know how much we appreciate you for being here.
For sure.
So it means the world. Like, this is fun for us to do if nobody's watching, but the fact that you guys are watching and enjoying, like,
it makes it even that much more fun. Like, we would be doing this by ourselves, and it's so much more fun not to be doing this by ourselves. So thank you for joining us.
So I just looked up at the chat.
Okay.
Aiden, stuffandwhiskey@gmail.com. Hit me up, man, or drop your email in the chat and I will get with you. We can work that out. If it's a good store pick, if you like it, if you think it's good. There are some in town and I'd like to pick those up.
Yep.
Laverne Beverage Depot is getting a lot of pop locally, but I'm happy to go out of state, especially with those Minnesota ties.
Yep.
We've been hanging out with the Minnesota crew this week. They've been in town, so
Richie,
it's been really good.
Richie Z says, great live. Cheers, Josh and Erin.
Cheers, Richie Z.
Yeah.
Thank you for the support, brother.
OH. Oh, wait. OH, can you please explain your name to me? I'm very curious.
OH, what? He's not doing that IO thing, is he? Don't do it, Nate.
I'm very curious as to what your name means. If it's initials, that's cool.
Oh.
But I'll show this comment. He just says, found a couple in New York City. They were nowhere retail. First 40th birthday present to myself. Happy 40th.
I'm getting a little bit of smoke in this Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof now. Like a charry, like the char from the barrel. It's coming through like a smokiness on the nose.
Yeah, I am too now, but that's probably because you told me. I can't be influenced.
So good.
Yeah. Show Enough said IO.
Oh, Scott, don't do it. Hang on. Time out.
Come on.
Time out. Leave him up. Show Enough is Scott Kading, who provided the sample of Sazerac 18 tonight.
Yeah, Scott's the man.
Brother, you are the man. Scott Kading has been featured on this channel in the last live, and we were tasting through some of those samples. Yeah. And it was the Willet Purple Tops, awesome. The Bottom Bunk, and the Owens Handpicked, which she's a Bottom Bunk girl. That sounds really bad. And I'm an Owens Handpicked guy, which also equally sounds very bad.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I can't believe that just happened.
And I snorted too, so there's that.
That's awesome.
If the mic picked it.
It's getting way too late. It's 8:30. Right. We gotta get ready for bed.
5 pours deep.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna assume that OH is.
It's been a great live, guys.
Ohio.
We are trying to learn how to do this live chat thing. Hopefully, we kept up with the chat enough. We will rewatch this. We will take notes on ourselves. There is nobody more critical of this channel.
I will not take notes on myself. I'm just me. Sorry.
Yeah. She will she's not dealing with it.
I'm not dealing with it. I ain't got time.
I will take notes and ruthlessly criticize the entire live.
No, don't. You're fine.
It's what I do.
You're fine, love. Don't do it.
And we will refine this process. Hopefully this was all right. We juggled the chat and the talking to you guys.
Oh, okay. So OH, those are OH's initials. Oh, okay. But I'm just gonna say OH IO.
Thank goodness it's not NO.
OH IO.
No.
Go Bucks.
No.
Yeah.
No. All right, guys.
On that note,
that's going to be it for us tonight. Please, if you have some time on Wednesday night, it's 9:00 Eastern, 8:00 Central Time, and then whatever it is on the West Coast, like 6.
Well, it's 9:00 Eastern.
Are they 2 hours behind us?
Or 2 hours behind us.
Okay. So 9:00 Eastern, 8:00 Central, 6:00 Pacific Time.
Yes, there you go.
And if you're Matt Porter, ADHD Whiskey, and you're on Mountain Time, it's
in between
7:00. That's what's between 6 and 8. I had to think about it. But we're going to be on there Wednesday night. Jason is sending us a flight. We're going to be quizzed. It's going to be...
I'm going to fail miserably, and I don't like failing quizzes. I am a straight A student, so this is going to devastate me. Like, literally.
And she's like, of the two of us, she's the one that's way more competitive. So
I'm super competitive.
She's going to be mad that she did poorly and
but
mad
I also
that she lost.
don't know anything about whiskey, so...
Wait, did you hear? I said you're going to be mad that you scored poorly and mad that you lost.
I will.
The trash talking begins now.
I will. I will be mad that I lost because I will lose, and I'm already mad about it. So there we go.
Good deal, guys. All right. Until next time, we're going to try to do these live streams. Right now, we think once a month. Our schedules are a beast.
We'll figure it out.
Massive kudos to all the channels out there that live stream on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
You guys are absolute champs. We set up, tear down in our kitchen. Work schedules, life schedules just don't allow for us to do it on a week-to-week basis. We sure wish they did. It's hard to find a spot in the YouTube Whiskey Tube time slots where nobody else is live streaming that actually works with our schedule, and we really don't want to step on anybody's toes because we love all the other channels. We want to support you guys as well, so we're not trying to like encroach on anyone. That's a word that I said that I think I used correctly.
You did.
But 7:00 on Mondays. We think it'll be the first or second Monday of each month is what we're shooting for our live streams. So we'll try to do some kind of fun flight, kind of the stuff that runs a little too long for our regular episodes.
On too. Can't you have like people on with us?
Yeah. So we're at an hour and 30 right now. I want to tell you guys we've got at least 2 for sure planned, which is we're going to have our friend and the Sue's in the chat here, Miles, the bourbon broker, is going to be coming on one of the live streams, and that'll be great. You guys can talk to somebody who is on the inside. You can get a totally different perspective on whiskey than you may ever get from any kind of consumer standpoint.
Yeah.
It's fascinating chatting with this guy, and he's an awesome guy, a complete, like, one of a kind type of guy. So
he's awesome.
Great live stream that'll be. And then we're going to do some cross pollination is the idea.
Yeah.
We're going to have on people from other hobbies and get them to try whiskey.
Yeah.
They like whiskey, but maybe not all the stuff that we drink. So it's going to be really interesting to get them on here.
Yeah.
And we've got some people in mind for that, kind of big in other industries, particularly the watch industry.
Other niches, if you will.
Yeah, particularly the watch industry. And then I have hopes of getting National Bourbon Club guys on here, National Bourbon Social Club guys, and having them tune in on live streams as well.
That'd be fun.
That could be a ton of fun to just have us go through flights, maybe drop one allocated product in, or like, hey, you bring 1 bottle, I'm going to put up 4 bottles against it. We're going to try 5 different things, see if you can pick out what you brought.
That'd be cool.
That would be fun.
I'd watch that.
Yeah. Well, you'll be here for it.
Oh,
so.
Well, I also would watch that as well.
So cool, guys. Well, this has been great. Ton of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
Can't express our gratitude enough.
Thank you.
So cheers. Y'all. Till next time. All right.
You gotta hit
end
end.
broadcast.
You gotta hit end.